but how will all of these overnight cues impact our Indian markets? We have our research team joining in with how the trade setup looks like and the stocks that are likely to be in the news. First up, Sudarshan gets you the trade setup for the morning. Sudarshan, good morning. What are the cues that you are picking up?
Morning, Horma. So today it's all about RBI's dividend bonanza that yesterday it was announced. So what has RBI done? It has announced a record dividend of more than rupees 2 lakh crore, that is exactly rupees 2.11 lakh crore for the government for the fiscal FY24. And it's 142% higher versus FY23 and 107% higher against what government had estimated in its budget for this fiscal. And after this, as per analysts, it's going to act as one of the tailwinds for government finances and help government meet its fiscal consolidation path. And this high dividend has led to a sharp drop in India 10-year bond yield, which has slipped below 7% for the first time since June 2023. So it will not only impact bond market, but it will have an impact on equities too. So this is what we are expecting in today's session. But what exactly happened yesterday? We continue to trade in a range bound, and the one index which continues to underperform, that is financials. We saw Nifty Bank closing in the red with SBI and ICICI Bank being top laggards. At Nifty level, we closed in the green. Even mid-cap index hit record high, and even some PSUs like Coal India and other oil marketing names saw buying, and this has led to Nifty CPSE closing the green of almost 1%. What happened on global front? We saw a close in the red for cash market, but US futures are trending higher, and because of Nvidia has crossed $1,000 per share after reporting its earnings and stock split. And factoring all this, GIFT Nifty today is indicating a subdued start. Lastly, in the cues to watch, US initial jobless claims are there, and on the earnings front, we have earnings of Indigo and ITC.
Thanks a lot, Sudarshan, for all of these cues. And indeed, it was a bonanza there from the Reserve Bank of India that will definitely have a bearing on our markets. Now over to Vamakshi, who would list out the stocks that you need to watch out for in today's session. Vamakshi, good morning.
Well, good morning, Hormas. Let me first start off with a good set of numbers. Jubilant Foodworks is the counter that I'll be talking about. Revenue, EBITDA margin as well as profit have come in much higher than what we were expecting. Revenue sees an uptick of 24%. The margins have improved by around 10 basis points, and the net profit has come in significantly higher at 207 odd crores, driven by an exceptional gain of 170 crores. Ramco Cements also reported a good set. Top line was higher, aided by higher volumes, which helped EBITDA, but the margins were a miss. Margins were under pressure due to weak prices in all markets. Net debt reduced by 100 crores, and capex cut will be taken positively by the street. Nykaa will be another counter that we will be focusing on. Revenue is seeing an uptick of 28%, margins have improved by 20 basis points, and net profit has surged up by almost 3 times, coming in at 9 crores. Grasim's also reported its numbers. Revenue was up nearly 12.7%. The margins have seen a substantial improvement to 15.3%, and the net profit has come in nearly 15.5% higher. A stellar set of numbers coming from GRSE as well. Revenue from operations sees an uptick of almost 69%. The margins have improved substantially to 8.9%, and the net profit has come in nearly 103% higher. Apart from that, when we look at some weak numbers, Gland Pharma reported numbers that were weaker than estimates. However, strong jump of 96% year-on-year in revenue was seen. Profit was also up nearly 102%, and this was mainly on account of a low base as well as Senexi acquisition. HEG reported a revenue degrowth of almost 11.3%. Margins have contracted substantially. Net profit is also down 67%. Petronet also reported a weak set of numbers. Keep an eye out on Adani Energy Solutions. They will be considering a fundraising plan via QIP on May 27th. And lastly, keep an eye out on Keystone Realtors. A QIP has been launched. The base size of the deal is around 800 crores, and this can be scaled up to around 1,000 crores.
Plenty of stocks to watch out for. Vamakshi, thanks a lot for all of those updates. And lastly, Nigel is joining in with cues from the F&O space. Nigel, good morning. You're spot on yesterday with the Nifty Bank. It's the Nifty weekly expiry today. What's the setup looking like?
Well, it feels good, right, Hormas, to get the level right. Yesterday, we pointed out the 50 DMA becomes very, very crucial. And yesterday, the Nifty, well, it clawed its way back to around that 50 DMA. So that was a good call that we made yesterday. What about the Nifty Bank? It had about a short covering yesterday because it recovered from the low point of the day, and you had some shots that did get covered out. And that graphical chart that comes up for you on the screen, that tells you the picture. We ended closer to around the 50 DMA becomes very, very important. What happened in terms of the FI data? Well, they unbound some long positions, and they added some shots as well in yesterday's trading session. And that's why, in fact, if you look at it, the total short positioning, in fact, has moved up a little bit because of unwinding of longs, and short positioning, that's on a day-to-day basis, it's moved up a little bit. What else are we looking at? Well, the Nifty options data, that should come up for you on the screen, and both the strikes are up for you on the screen. They expire today, so that's why we're bringing that to your attention. 22,650 call, fair bit of open interest build up. 22,500 put as well, fair bit of open interest build up out there. So just plugging in the numbers, the broad range you're getting is around 22,500 to around 22,700, and that's for the day itself. And that's the broad band that traders are positioned for. If we can break either of those levels, then we'll see a swift move in either which directions. On the lower side, the 20 and the 50 day may become important on the downside. The Nifty Bank, that as well very, very important. Yesterday's low becomes crucial and the 100 EMA becomes crucial. So the bulls will want to defend that mark. For the time being, it's hovering around that 50 DMA. The bulls will want to take the Nifty Bank gradually to around the 20 DMA. For the time being, though, those are the crucial levels that you should be tracking. Back to you.
Important levels to watch. Thanks a lot, Nigel, for the FNO setup this morning.